Can you bake a cake? Wait, Mom, is that you?
Just do it.
Okay, Mom, whatever you say.
Alright everybody, so today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be baking a cake in the most awesome way possible with the power of memes. That's going to be with us, but first we have to summon them all the while gathering all the right ingredients for this cake. Alright, let's do it. No, I'm not original, I am going to be using this. What first we need, as the video said, is 1 1/4 cup water. Alright, what I've got right here is perfectly measured out 1/4 cup, 1 1/4 cup water, and right here is a water bottle. As many of you could probably guess what we're going to be doing. We're going to be doing this new thing that the teenagers are doing called the water bottle flip.
Alright, we gotta pour this 1 1/4 cup in here.
What we gotta do is we gotta land this water bottle flip perfectly so that the water is at the perfect temperature and the science of it works so that the cake comes out even tastier. Alright, let's do it. No. Okay, there we go. We got the water bottle flip. Now it's perfectly flipped. What we gotta do next is get the 1/2 cup vegetable oil. Vegetable oil. Alright, here we go. Let's get this vegetable oil. Aha! Let's see, vegetable oil and canola oil. That's the same thing, right? No, maybe. Oh well. Here we go. We're going to use it anyway. So what we need is 1/2 cup vegetable oil. Alright, 1/2 cup. Here we go. What we're going to do is we got to slosh this in because pouring it isn't going to get it what it wants. We got to push this up so that it gets enough air so that it's kind of somewhat bubbly and give this taste a nice Coca-Cola feel. Alright, here we go. 1/2 cup. Nope. Alright, there we go. We got 1/2 cup. Sure, we got this mess. But we've got 1/2 cup now. The bubbles are inside the canola oil, the vegetable oil. And we got about 1/2 cup in it. But make sure you gotta always clean up your mess after making one. Alright, we got some squares. We're gonna fold it in. And what we gotta do is we gotta make different origami shapes.
Alright, so I'm gonna take this one, I'm gonna fold it, I'm gonna turn it into a paper airplane. Alright, here we go, fold. There we go, folding.
Boom, here we go. It's not pretty, but it works. Why? Because it's a paper airplane and we can now do this. But you see, this is a whole thing about trial and error. So when baking a cake, what you gotta do is you gotta experiment, okay? Alright, close enough. Now I gotta wring out the oil, there we go, and hopefully it's not so much that we slip. But first, we gotta wash our hands. Why? Because washing your hands is what cool kids do. Every time they walk out of the bathroom, what do? They wash their hands. Okay. Alright, what's next is we've got 3 eggs. So what we gotta do is we gotta get a bowl. Here we go. Orange, so we can be safe. Because as everybody knows, especially with all the road signs, they're orange. What do? They're orange so that they can keep you safe. So obviously orange is the safest choice. Alright, eggs. Alright, large eggs. 18 grade AA. There are no eggs in here. Alright, what I gotta do is I'm gonna run and I'm gonna go and get some eggs. So if any of your chickens happen to disappear, don't blame me. I'll be right back. I'm back. Alright, so what I've got right here is 3 eggs. Now, what I gotta do is I gotta put them in this safety orange bowl, okay? But I'm not just gonna do anything because what do you see professional chefs doing? They're always mincing things, alright? So obviously mincing things is what professional chefs do. And I want to be professional, so obviously I gotta mince things, and you should too if you're following this tutorial. Anyway, so what we gotta do is we gotta get ourselves a cutting board. Alright, I got this one right here. What's it do? It's a board specifically for cutting things. So if you cut your finger, it should always be on a cutting board because that's where you cut stuff. Alright, alright, alright. So, we got these eggs. We're gonna set these eggs to the side. What we're gonna do, all right, we cut this egg in half. Now, what we've got is we've got this mess right here. Always make sure to throw the egg away, okay? So, we've got this egg right here. And we've got this egg right here. Always make sure to mince, and you don't want to get any eggshells. All right? So, no eggshells. You don't want to make a mess. All right, and if you really want to, you still can crack the egg just like that. Just slam it down on the cutting table, because that's where you cut things. All right? Now, what we got to do is we've got these eggs. We've got to mince them. Make sure to chop them up. Chop, 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 chop. So now we've got these chopped eggs. We've only got a few shells in. And if you want to use any wood cutting equipment, that's perfectly fine. Chainsaws do work much better than knives, especially at cutting open things in shells like eggs. Now we're gonna take this cutting board, set this right here. We're gonna take this and then we're gonna dump it into the bowl. Always make sure to go kind of sideways. And if some of it spills over the edge, that's perfectly fine. Alright, now that we've got the vast majority of the egg inside, what we're going to want to do is we're then going to want to put this in the sink, because that's where stuff like eggs go. Now that we've got this, we're going to throw our knife away. No, I'm just kidding. We're going to throw our knife in there, and we're going to take another paper towel, because paper towels are what help us. And then we're going to clean this up. Alright, now that we've got all of our ingredients put together, get out of here, vegetable oil. What we're going to want to do, time to bake. Heat the oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit for shiny metal or glass pan, or 325 degrees Fahrenheit for dark or non-stick pan. Grease bottom only of 13 by 9 pan, or bottom and sides of all other pans. So, we're going to want to get a pan, and we're going to want to preheat the oven. Alright, since we want to preheat this a little bit faster, I don't know if you guys can see this, but I'm actually preheating it to about 600 degrees. Why? Because the time it says it'll take is about, 20 minutes. I want this to be done in 10 minutes. Why? Because if the temperature is double what it's supposed to be, obviously it cooks twice as fast. Alright, now that we've got our pan, I have no idea what size this is, but this is about the size I want to make my cake. It doesn't matter what size the pan is, just as about as it's the size you want the cake to be, because when you pour it, it'll spread, and obviously it'll increase in size to fit the pan. Why? Because science says so. Alright, now we gotta grease the pan. The way we do that is we would take some Pam for the pans, more canola oil, cooking spray. What you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna take it, and then you're going to want to write your name in the pan. Why? Because it's awesome, and that's what professionals do. Alright, I wrote my name in here. Why? Because it looks cool, but now you got to finish it off with a little bit of calligraphy. Always make sure to spray the pan for at least 20 seconds. Alright, now that you've finished greasing your pan for the 20 seconds that you were told to, you gotta put this canola oil away. And then you're gonna want to set it down. Always be sure to be in a safe place. That's why I brought the orange. Now what we gotta do is mix the cake mix, water, oil, and eggs in large bowl with mixer or medium speed, or beat vigorously by hand 2 minutes. Pour into pan. Alright, so what we gotta do is we gotta get a bowl. Right, mix cake mix, so let's rip this open. Alright. Then we gotta take this. Then what you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna shake this and then shake it into the bowl. Now that we've gotten this into the bowl, is we gotta take this, go as high as possibly can, just so that it gains that extra momentum into the cake mix. Alright, we got that. Set that aside. And then we've got these eggs. And then we're going to want to pour them in. And then for this water, what we're gonna wanna do is we're gonna wanna take it, we're gonna wanna unscrew the lid, and then we're going to want to squeeze it out from the bottom to the top. Alright, now that we've got this, we can just throw that aside. Oh, that went into the pan. We can't have it into the pan. I just found out that my microphone did not actually save. So I apologize if this caused any inconvenience for you if my microphone did not work. I just had to restart it. I'm gonna wash my hands one more time. And this time, I'm gonna use soap. Why? Because soap smells good. And if it smells good, your cake is gonna taste even better because it's gonna smell like peppermint. Beat vigorously by hand 2 minutes. Okay. Alright, now that I've beat it vigorously by hand, my hands are starting to look like the cake. That's good. And then, look what it says. And then pour into pan. Our 20-second greased pan, we're now gonna pour it in. And you're gonna wanna pour it in just back and forth motion. Now, I'm going to put this into the oven. Nice and toasty. And after I'm done with that, because our cake has now grown to the size of the pan, I'm just gonna set it inside there. And then I'm gonna set a timer and I'm done. So let's put this on hold and see how our cake comes out after this. Alright guys, and while your cake is currently baking, it is kind of a good idea to have a snack so that the time can go by a little later. My mother made some spaghetti last night, so I'm gonna have some of the leftovers right now. Let's see. What is this madness? No, it's gotta be somewhere. Somebody touch my spaghetti! Alright guys, and so something you're gonna wanna do about halfway through, and so it's been about 15 minutes, you're gonna wanna rotate the cake, alright? So, let's open it up. There it is, I can smell it already. Now we're just gonna wanna reach it. Ow! Hot! Alright, you boys and girls, the buzzer just beeped again. Now let's go check it out. Let's take this baby out of the oven. Let's make sure to hit cancel, and then here we go. Absolute yumminess. Don't forget to put on your simple syrup to make it nice and moist. And special thanks to Yolanda from How to Cake It for all these special tips. And once you're done with everything and you've gotten your orange plate, cut yourself a slice, have some. Like a professional.